Welcome, everybody, to the Sales Unscripted Podcast. My name is Brian Neal.
And I'm Margaret
I
Henney.
almost did my lead in for my other podcast. I stopped myself.
I was like, wait, what?
This is not the longest running sales training podcast in podcast history, is it? Nope.
No.
But it sure is a lot of fun. So we're glad you're here.
Weird
Whoopsie
pause,
daisy.
man.
You could tell, couldn't you? I was fighting it off.
Yeah, I was like,
What are
where
we
are you
doing?
going? Do you remember your own name?
We have technology. I do. Yeah, it's funny. So we're working with an instructional designer to do a lot of work for us, and her name is Sarah. She's phenomenal at what she does, and her kids play volleyball. My daughter played volleyball back in the day.
Oh, nice.
And I've had this happen. You'll get this. You and Derek get married.
Yep.
Take that ring.
Yep.
Have some babies. Then they're playing volleyball, and you're going to be there talking to your friend during the warm-ups, and you're going to get hit in the head.
Oh, no.
With the volleyball.
See.
So she got hit in the head. I've had this happen. My glasses flew off. You can't look cool when your glasses fly off.
No.
No. So there's a certain
Or when you're
things,
getting hit in the face with a
certain
volleyball.
things in life that doesn't matter. You can't look cool doing.
No, yeah.
Like getting like your glasses falling off, falling, riding in the back of a pickup truck.
Trying to put on a wet swimsuit.
Trying to put on a wet swimsuit. We should make a big list of things you can't look cool doing while you're doing that. Correct?
Oh, that's good. That's
there's
true.
a lot of things.
Okay. So
Going in and out of a porta-john.
Oh, yeah.
It's the
no.
worst. Like
No, that's so
everyone's
true.
like, oh, yeah, like, it's so funny.
Wait, is this a regional thing that you call it porta john instead of porta potty?
I don't know. You call it porta potty?
Yeah, porta potty.
Porta john? You don't call it porta john?
Nah, never.
Seriously?
Porta potty only, but
I don't know. Is
Sorry.
that an Evansville thing? Porta potty sounds more southern and hick than porta john.
I don't know.
Porta john sounds a little bit more edgy, Chicago-ish.
Edgy.
Even though
You wish.
I'm edgy from Evansville. I'm so edgy. What was I talking about?
Okay.
It was meaningful.
Oh! You got hit in the face by a
Oh,
volleyball.
she did. Yeah, so
It was
she got a
meaningful.
Well, this is a grown-up a concussion.
Oh.
She got hit in the head. She got like concussion. It was really bad. It was like kind of scary. You know?
Oh shit.
And do you know how many grown-ups that got concussions? Like, they're not many.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
with
no.
kids, y'all worry about it all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
But grown-ups, you don't care because you're kind of past that point. But she was like struggle busing.
Wait,
That's
this
bad.
is your
my
friend?
Yeah. She's a not coworker. She's
Yeah.
working for us.
Is she okay?
Yeah, she's fine now. But
Oh, this
I'm
is
like,
Sarah.
gosh. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it just man, it's just like a
Following the thread.
that's a thing, yeah.
Dang.
But I got hit in the head too. My glasses flew off. I didn't get concussed as far as I know. I did get concussed in high school football back in the 80s for sure.
God.
And back then, you just shook it off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, get back out there.
And that's what you do. You just like, I remember one time I was kind of like fuzzy and I'm like pointing at my head to my coach and he's like looking, he has arms crossed. I remember and he just kept shaking his head. He's like, stay out there.
No.
I'm like, huh? I just didn't know any better.
I'm
It's what
so
you
glad
did.
that they're more careful about those
They're
sorts of things
way
now.
more
Thank
careful about that. Isn't that
God.
crazy?
Yeah.
Did you ever get concussed in a play? So I was doing My Fair Lady, and so we're down in the fireplace scene when he was, and then this book
Listen.
fell on my.
Okay, I know I don't look
I'm a
like
theater
it,
kid too.
but I'm also an athlete.
I know you're an athlete. You're a good athlete. You're a diver. You're an adventurer person.
Thank you.
You are.
Over here trying
It
to
just
put me on
popped- No,
blast
I was
for
a
being
theater
in
kid.
theater.
Kinda. I was a. We talked about this, didn't we?
I don't know.
The State Thespian Convention. I know we did.
Yeah, probably.
We had to. Didn't
Listen,
we?
those sets can come down hard. So.
I know that was the set guy. I was the backyard. I was the backstage dude. We're
No,
like all
I
blacks
never
and-
got concussed. No, I did trip in front of the whole school though.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, talk about not looking cool. And I was
No.
a senior, and I was supposed to be cool, and like it just I was so disillusioned.
It's the
it was
worst,
not
isn't it?
good. Yeah.
And
so.
did you ever like major league forget your lines?
No, that's one thing I never did. No, but
Are you serious?
I was with
You never
someone.
forgot a line?
No, I was really good about practicing my
Gosh.
lines. But other people did, and like it's very hard to feed someone a line coolly, and you're like, aren't you gonna go over to Maze now? And then they're like, like,
I think I'll go over to Maze now.
yeah, and you're
Nice
like,
kid.
okay,
Thank
great,
you.
right,
Very,
well
very good.
done, welcome.
Oh,
Anyway,
it's painful to watch people on a stage freeze.
oh my
It's
god,
very rare, but it's really
Ooh,
painful.
It makes
isn't
me
it?
want to hide under this table right now.
It's really
I won't do it,
painful.
but man, is it bad.
It's really, really bad. Do you ever go to Broadway?
You
Ever
know,
seen a play on Broadway?
no, I know.
Margaret.
Well, oh my
You need
god.
a company trip to Broadway.
Wait,
What?
listen. Okay, I can't remember if I told you about this or not, but
What?
right after we got engaged, remember you gave me a really hard time that I'd never been to New York City?
Yeah, totally.
We went to New York
You
City.
did not.
Yes.
Oh, did you really?
Yes, for the first time in my
You
life.
didn't tell me this.
I'm
How-
so sorry. I've been to like 25 countries. I've been all over the world.
I
I
know.
had never been to New York
how-
City.
what do you
and
think?
I went. It was unbelievable.
It's the bomb.
It was
How long were you
unbelievable.
there?
So short. We were only there for like maybe, I don't know, 48 hours or something.
Oh,
it was
geez.
quick. So we had to like really fit in a lot. But
Why did you just for fun?
Well, we got engaged, and Derek was like, "Oh, hey, surprise! We're going to New York."
Oh, after you got engaged?
Yeah, right after we got engaged.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, how fun is that?
It was really
Where
nice.
did you stay?
Oh, I don't know. Midtown?
Well, yeah, like so
Okay,
Midtown.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, not the
yeah.
actual hotel.
Yeah, I was like, I don't remember.
Do you remember the
name of
cross street, like
hotel.
54th, 50th, 48th? You know,
Around 48th, I think.
48th in Lexington, maybe.
I don't know. I would have not.
Let me just throw out a couple of addresses here. See if these ring a bell. Yeah. Did you?
But it was cool. It was really.
Were you at the
cool.
Essex House by chance or no?
No, it wasn't that.
I'm
But
kidding.
I will say so since we got there during the holidays,
Yeah.
the tree was still up in
Oh
Rockefeller
my gosh!
Center.
You way to go!
I know, it was
How great is
so
that?
great.
Isn't
So
that cool?
Derek was like, "You are very expressive." And I was like,
Yes.
I know. We came around the corner and I was like,
Oh, did you freak out? Yeah, that's good.
Like I lost it. And he was like, I thought you were joking. And I was like, no. I was
I'm
like,
sure.
it's the tree.
It's the tree.
It was
It's
really
there.
cool.
It is really stunning, isn't
Yeah.
it? I mean,
Yeah.
you see
It
it
was
on
amazing.
TV and stuff. Good. Did you eat anywhere fun? Did you get like? Did you
Oh.
go to like Carnegie Deli? Did you get some flat pizza?
Oh, we got some pizza. We went to like,
That's
what was
good.
it? Joe's Pizza?
Yeah, Joe's
or
Pizza.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
that's super
so
famous, yeah.
good.
Yum.
I can't remember. We had a lot of good food. We
I didn't
walked
know this.
everywhere.
I wish I would have known this. I would have given you. I've got a whole list of places
Well,
to go. Damn
because
it.
remember we talked about going sometime, us and you and Steph.
Yeah,
and
right,
we'll do
right,
like
right,
a
right.
little trip. So
That would be fun.
we'll do that.
Yes, we'll go see a play.
Yes.
Yeah, I was there. That's what started this whole thing. You've seen it play on
Plays.
Broadway, but I went to a Broadway. I've been to several Broadway plays. Love musicals. Love
me
musicals.
too.
And that was one of the first times that there was a door that the actor had to come out of that was kind of like far stage right.
Okay.
And there was someone that was late to the play, and the guy, he was like getting his wife settled in, and he was still standing up with his back turned to the stage.
No.
And the door flew up and hit him in the back, and the actors just went down down to him, and they kind of went back to the audience, and he's like, "Excuse me, sir." And it's like, so it was fun. Like they stayed in character with it. It was really brilliant.
Amazing.
Like typical New York, like really great actors that just know how to
Yeah.
handle everything.
Oh, that's so
Live
cool.
theater is the best. I saw Joel Grey in
It is the
Cabaret.
best.
It's like a really
Oh
famous
my
cabaret, but
God.
seeing Joel Grey as the lead in Cabaret is a big deal. It's really, really awesome.
Favorite musical? And then we'll get to our topic,
oh,
I swear.
gosh, favorite. It's so hard. There's so many.
There's so many.
I'm kind of I'm an old school.
Me
I like.
too.
I love My Fair Lady.
Oh.
I love Annie. I love How to Succeed in Business Without Even Trying.
Oh my gosh, that's such a cute one.
It's
That's
so
really,
fun.
really good.
I've never seen Oklahoma Live. There's a play, not a musical, called Noises Off that is just
So good. You did that in
genius.
high
God,
school
we
because
did.
I
We
remember you
talked
told
about
me and I
this,
was
didn't we?
really impressed by that.
Miss Saigon's a little heavy. I love Jersey Boys. I've seen Jersey Boys
Oh, it's
3
so good. The
times.
music's incredible.
I've seen. Have you seen what's the ABBA one?
Oh, Mamma
Mamma
Mia.
Mia.
So
great.
funny. Listen, for me, it doesn't get better than Les Mis, though.
Yeah, I've never seen Les Mis live.
Oh my God, it's so
It's not
good.
too deep. It's not too heavy.
Well, yeah, it's heavy,
I
bro.
know,
Come
I'm not-
on.
I
It's about the
know.
French Revolution.
Well,
You think
I
it's not heavy?
know. Mes émotions, et moments, et moments.
But it's funny. There's
Is there humor in Les Mis? There doesn't seem like there should be. Is there?
Oh
Okay.
my God, yes,
Just
totally.
feels
There's like incredible
right.
music, and there is like
Okay.
love in every form. It is
Okay.
romantic love, it's family love, it's like friend, it's like your brothers in arms. I mean, you will laugh, you will cry, you will
I've heard it's
stand
fantastic.
up
I
and
know.
fall down. It's
All right.
so good.
Did you fall down when you saw it?
No, but both my brother and my dad cried, and they're not
really?
criers.
Oh, that's good.
And I was like,
I'm a crier, so I would say
I'm a big crier.
Yeah.
I was like,
We've got an
"Oh,
audience.
this is
We've
amazing."
got
We
one of my
do.
sons is here. He would attest that I'm a crier.
Hey.
Fair? He says yes. He gives
We're
us a
waving
thumb
to
up.
him off screen.
Big
You
Daddy
can't see
Neil
him.
is a crier.
Okay, what are we talking about?
Yeah, seriously.
We should get to our topic.
You were talking about being indecisive.
Yes. Oh
And
my
your friend
God.
Matt at the ring place. So we're going to talk yet
Yes.
another episode about your ring, which is
Dude,
fine. It's
don't-
great. I
don't
love it. I love it.
act like
I
you
think it's
don't
great.
like it.
I do love it. That's why I agreed to it.
So anyway, ring shopping.
Yep.
Anyway, so I am really bad at decisions. I'm very indecisive.
Yeah.
Like I want to make sure I'm making the exact right decision.
Yep.
Here's why I want to talk about this, because Matt at Reese Nichols was like, he was really good about asking me like, okay, this one, and I'd be like, oh, it's still this one. And he used the analogy of like an eye doctor, you know, when
Yes,
you're like,
totally.
lens number 1,
Yep.
lens number 2, lens number 1, lens number 2.
Yep.
And you're like making kind of quick decisions, but like you're trusting your gut.
Totally.
He was doing that with the rings. And then at one point I was like, hey, what about those ones that I kind of liked? What if we brought those back out? And he was like, I could. He was like, we could definitely bring them back out. And he was like, but remember, we're looking for the top 2, not the top
That's great.
10.
So great.
And I was like, you're right,
That's
Matt.
a good salesperson.
We need the
isn't
top
it?
2. And he was being this very like he was being such a helpful, guiding consultant. And I was like, this is what I want every buying experience to be like.
Isn't it true?
Man.
And here's the thing. So I'm going to, this is from years and years of sales experience.
Yeah.
And then just observation with clients and that sort of thing. And I don't know if it's generational or not. We talk about that sometimes here. So our CEO.
Your wife, Steph Neal.
Very indecisive.
Is she?
Oh, my God.
That's so surprising.
Oh, my God.
Like so pained
I mean,
over
cannot
Steph, I get you,
decide
girl.
right. And so
Feel
I
you.
don't know if it's generational. It's a thing. I do think either way that we have got to examine what we're doing in the sales process and ask ourselves, are we being helpful to the person in making their decision? Or are we just presenting stuff and waiting to see?
Yeah.
That is gone. You
No.
cannot just say, what do you think? It's up to you. You have to recommend things. I'll give some tactical advice here. If you're in your sales process, this will go for client success, anybody really, but sales process, and you get to the end, you have to make a suggestion or recommendation.
Ooh, yeah.
And you use those words.
Yeah.
So you just tell people, so we're going to get to the point now, we're going to collaborate on some options and alternatives, and then I'm going to push 2 of them forward, and those are going to be my recommendations, and then we're going to talk through those.
Yeah.
This is my recommendation. This is my suggestion. Here's what I suggest we do. 1, 2, 3. Here's going to be my recommendation. I'm going to recommend, and I'm talking about details. So I'm going to recommend that we start with 15 users as a test.
Yep.
We want to launch that, onboard that in March.
Yep.
Run for 2 months, March and April. Regroup last week of April. Get the data.
Yep.
And
Check our
either stay where
KPIs.
we are, go up or go down.
Yep.
That's so, like, once you do that, people go, okay, I got it.
Yeah. Well, because that's also alert. It's your job as a salesperson, right? Like you are pointing them in the right direction. Ultimately, it's their choice, and like we always tell them that too, right? Hey, here's what I recommend. It's your decision, but here's what I'm suggesting, right? But if you're not doing that, then like what are we doing, right? Like you could just like point them to like every sample in the book, essentially.
They don't need you then.
Yeah.
If you leave the decision to them, this is buzzy topic. We should do a topic about this one, about AI taking over sales.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Big Neil here has been on record for years saying that sales is going to become automated. And I do sales coaching.
Really?
I make my living off salespeople.
Yeah.
And I believe for years that the sales process is going to become automated. One reason it is because we've been so shitty at creating value in the sales process.
Yeah.
Haven't made a valuable process. Now you have AI rolling around. People can do research and interact with something that's not a human. That's more objective. That's going to get replaced. It just is. So in the meantime, it's not over yet.
Yeah.
We're still good.
That's the end of our podcast and all your careers.
My career and your
See
career.
you later.
You're all done. Bye. Yeah.
Damn.
Is that we have to have the process itself has to be valuable. The process has to be valuable. It has to be. One way to make it valuable is to suggest and recommend. And you used a great word, which I just love. You didn't even know you used it, did you?
No.
You know what the word is? Have to guess.
Oh, I don't know. What did I just say?
You make the funniest
Consulting?
noises. No, guide. You said
guide.
guide. You have to guide people.
Okay.
And then you also have to have some boundaries. And you have to be comfortable with resistance. Comfortable with a little bit of the Challenger Sale book, which is a great book, calls it constructive tension. How about that?
Okay.
Constructive tension.
Say more.
So when you say, hey, Matt, will you bring those the first rings we were looking at? He said, I could, and we're looking for the first 2. There's a little tension there.
Yeah.
He's basically saying no to you.
Yeah, he was.
He's basically saying no.
But it did me a huge favor.
Totally. And good salespeople are comfortable with that tension.
Yeah.
Bad salespeople, you know what they say?
Sure.
I'll go get them right now.
We'll get them out.
Run in the back, pull them out.
Yeah, because then he
Okay?
would have seen my eyes glaze over and been like, oh my God, now I have all these other options.
Yes.
Whereas, of course,
Totally.
he was listening to me
worse.
before and
Yes.
knowing like which ones I was like really gravitating towards. So he was like tuned in, very much paying attention. And he did the exact right thing.
He did. And it's and I know we usually don't talk. We talk, Margaret and I, where we live in the B2B sales world, not B2C. So we're not like training jewelry salespeople
Right.
or people that sell things to individuals, mostly businesses. And the same thing holds true. And I would argue sometimes it's so funny you had that experience at a jewelry store.
Yeah.
Because it's so rare to have that experience at a B2B sales organization.
Yeah, I agree.
People that sell software, like, well, could I do this too? Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, we'll get it right for you. Can I take a look at that? Yeah. I really want to do this particular feature set versus saying, like, I'll take CoVideo, for example. Like, hey, I want to like let's roll this out to all 100 of my salespeople.
Yeah.
And some of the conversation, you're like, dude.
No, not a great idea for
that's
whatever
too much
reason.
too soon.
Mm-hmm,
Right? If we do that, my fear is you're going to get a bunch of people complaining, and it's going to blow the option of getting it done the right way. Here's what I suggest instead: let's grab 20 users, roll a pilot for 60 days, and then from there, let's go from 20 to 50. Now we're halfway home. Then do the back half of the 50.
Love it.
And people are like, well, why would you take the deal? Because it won't last.
Yeah.
It'll go away.
Yeah, exactly. And on the opposite direction too, you have to give a little like pushback where if someone's like, we're just going to get started with one. Well, okay.
Don't.
Here's why I'm not going to. Here's what I would recommend instead, right? So you'll come from the opposite direction. Well, why that would be bad? You're not going to get the data that you need, and whatever. Apply your own information to this based on what it is that you sell. But like, you could give pushback either way. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I have an opinion. Why do they call it a soapbox, by the way? What is it about people? I want to go to my soapbox. Why is it a box? Why is it soap? Why didn't I stand on a stump or a rock or a small 3-foot brick wall?
I don't know. I'll look it up and find out.
So,
yeah. Okay.
But this is true. And so I've been a coach to your team before.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I am not a fan of the single user sales process in any software company. No. And yet we still have conversations and follow-up meetings with a single user. Someone says, I think I'm going to start with just one. We say, that's not what we do. That do not start with one. You're better off staying at 0 than starting with 1. Here's what I would suggest. You start with 5. That will give you some good data. You'll have some if you only do 1, you're going to miss all of the information, all the data that says what the problems are, uptake, not that sort of thing. Starting with 1, you might as well set your money on fire.
Yeah.
Serious, but I so believe that.
I love it.
There's no reason to do that.
Yeah.
And so you use a salesperson but salespeople get attached, right?
Yeah. Oh, totally.
And then they justify. Well, no, they really loved it. So I thought we will start with 1.
Yeah.
Then we'll ease into. I'm like, no, don't. Set a boundary. Guide someone to the right thing to do. Help them make a decision.
Can I tell you where soapbox comes from?
I would love to hear it.
Okay. Yeah. The term originates from the days when speakers would elevate themselves by standing on a wooden crate, originally used for shipment of soap or other dry goods from a manufacturer to a retail store. Just what you thought.
Soapbox.
It was a box.
Pretty straightforward.
That soap was in. Soapbox.
It's long lasting because I figure that's probably like 1800s, I'm guessing. Did it say what the year was back there?
They look like they're dressed from the 1800s, so I'm going to go ahead and say yes.
I was going to start another podcast. I didn't do this. I probably should. You know what it's going to be called?
Tell me.
Just saying. And you know what I was going to do? The etymology, is that the right word? Etymology, like the backstory, the etymology of phrases and sayings.
Oh, I like that.
Because people don't know there's a book about it. I'm like, it should be a podcast called Just Saying.
Yeah, I
like
it.
What I mean? It's all it is. It's like a little 5-minute.
That reminded me though of like on Family Guy, where like, you know what grinds my gears? That's what it sounds like to me.
Oh, Beavis and Butthead is back. Did we talk about this?
No.
Or you missed that? Did you miss Beavis and Butthead?
I was a little too young.
You were.
Like when they were like that. Would
you talk about defining the Generation X male brain.
Yeah.
It is so juvenile. And it's back on new episodes. Beavis and Butthead are on Comedy Central.
What?
There's season 1, episode 4 just came out yesterday. And it's like I never left 1994. And it's the funniest freaking thing. And it's so dumb if you watched it.
All right, I'll have to check it out.
It's so great. It's so great. Beavis and Butthead is back.
All right, so check out Beavis and Butthead and...
Be a good guide and make recommendations and suggestions. Be okay with constructive tension. There's your recap.
Love it. Good
Happy
recap.
Friday. That's good. You got to run away. You're gone.
I am. I'm going. I'm going to Recycles. Actually, I got to go right now. My fiance literally just called me.
Oh, like where are you right now?
Yeah,
going to Recycles?
Yeah, I got to go.
Did they need an extra truck to bring your ring in?
Let's hope so.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.